Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 105 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim ZO2 Van Stratton. I'm joined by Rodney Newpol, who for some reason is on the other side of the screen today. I don't know why that's happening, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it because it's the 105th show, and it's a very special show, a World Series edition, Game 4 on as we speak, and we're just gonna do things differently tonight. So, Rodney, from the left side, how are you?
I'm good, man. I got the quad box going of sports going on here. I got Dodgers. I've got hockey on the far top right, Dallas and Washington, question mark.
Ooh.
I've got college football on the bottom right, no idea against no idea. And then on, of course, the NBA in the top left.
I'm assuming, it's Tuesday, so is it going to be some action going on?
Yeah, I don't think it is Maction. It's on commercial right now. I just flipped it on a little bit ago. I'll give you an update on that. I know you're waited with James Madison and Texas State.
Oh, good.
Tuesday night affair. Yeah, the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt has been taking weekdays up now, rather than Mac. Mac will be a little bit more towards Thanksgiving and Christmas. By the way. So I'm glad that you have hockey on the screen because right off the bat, we get Dan saying, "Did you guys know it was NHL Frozen Frenzy today?" No, neither did anyone else in the hockey universe. Can I please get a job in the NHL marketing department? Yeah, I learned that it was Frozen Frenzy. I think I learned last night that it was going to be Frozen Frenzy today. Yeah. I did see something just in passing this afternoon about it. Yes. So what? 16, all 32 games, all 32 teams, 16 games on, or is it? Yeah. NHL of 32.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't keep track because like every league now is different. Like, like it's like how many games each playoff series has. Like that changes and I just don't know. But yeah, so all 32 teams are in action. I put together a boost parlay and the first game lost. So there goes that. That's pretty much how it goes.
That's that. Excellent.
Yeah.
So as Dan just did, happy to chime in throughout the entire hour. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Yesterday was a sports equinox. I watched obviously a lot of baseball. I really, really did not have interest in the Monday Night Football game. I don't know how much you caught of the Chiefs Commanders game, but 28-7, non-competitive, injuries just for Washington. Just kind of took a lot of the luster out of that game. But a lot of NBA last night. Obviously, you and I have been keeping tabs on some NBA stuff due to our DFS happenings. And then some hockey as well. So, we're pretty much just going to hit all of it as best as we can over the next hour or so. So feel free to chime in if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Twitter. Thank you for joining us. I guess we can start with the World Series right now. We are currently watching Game 4. We're a week removed from you and I not paying attention at all to the show because we were too busy watching Rockets Thunder and that awesome double overtime game. And now we have World Series Game 4. And as I say that, the Blue Jays just got a hit to extend their lead. Andres Jimenez with an RBI base hit. So now it's 3-1 Toronto Blue Jays. That is 3 runs now attributed to the legendary Shohei Ohtani. Who everyone said he was going to be so amazing on the mound, and it's 3 earned runs now for old Shohei. And Toronto's got men at the corners, no outs here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
Shohei
all that to say, the World Series has been pretty eventful so far.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei wasn't terrible tonight. I mean, he went 6 innings. Yes, he's probably going to give up 4 runs, but you're a little harsh on your old boy Shohei. But so I will go the other way, and I will talk about the. It's very cliche-ish, but I will talk about the resiliency of the Toronto Blue Jays if they can finish this game off with 9 more outs. Because like after losing in 18 innings at midnight last night, like you got to think, oh gosh, they're going to have a hard time coming back in this one. And this series is probably going to end in LA. Now they are 9 outs away from guaranteeing it go back north of the border
which is fantastic for them. So I will give the Blue Jays their credit tonight.
Yeah. Game one, the Blue Jays, they're down 2-0, and then they end up scoring 9 runs in the 6th inning or whatever it was, and that's a blowout. Game two was just they got Yamamoto'd. I guess that's the thing now, because apparently Yamamoto has, and obviously he had an incredible year, but can you make an argument for Yamamoto having the greatest postseason of any pitcher ever if he's going to have back-to-back complete game masterpieces in the NLCS and then the World Series? And then, at this point, he's looking at if the Blue Jays win tonight, he would line up for game 6, which would be a potential series clinching game one way or the other. If he throws another gem there, like, that's legendary. That's legendary. Which would be and then, game 3 yesterday was 2 games. It was 2 games in one, and that was wild.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens the rest of the series. But yeah, he has been legendary. And Freddie, and I'll go on the other side. Freddie Freeman and his ability to hit postseason home runs has been tremendous. And now, Vlad's kind of stamping his. He just got picked off, by the way. That's a bad pick off for Toronto. But guy got picked off first and third, nobody out. But anyways, no, Vlad putting up some good results here. Freddie Freeman, his big postseason home run. So it's been it was a double play. That's what happened. Oh, that's brutal.
It was a line out. I think he's safe. I think he's safe at first if they challenge it. I think his hand just got in there. But yeah, it was the call of the field was a line drive. So men at the corners, no outs, line drive right to Muncy, and then Muncy guns it over across the diamond to Freeman, and they called him as out at first. The replay looks like he might be safe. I think so. I think it's close. I think he's going to be safe. I hope so. I'm not biased. I'm an objective sports viewer. Definitely not rooting for the Dodgers to lose and lose hard and everything. Dan wants to know, by the way, did either of you stay up for all 18 innings? I made it to the top of the 16th inning before I just said I cannot do this anymore. It was after 1 a.m. I needed to sleep, and I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to wake up, and I'm either going to be like, oh, awesome, the Blue Jays won, or I'm going to see the Dodgers won and say, you know what? I'm glad I didn't stay up just to watch that. And it was the latter.
Yeah, no, I didn't stay up either. I tried to watch, I went to the bed. Obviously I have YouTube on my phone, had it on, but kept falling asleep. I couldn't see the rest of it, but did wake up in the middle of the night and looked at the phone to see what time it was, got a notification that the Dodgers did in fact win in 18 innings. That was 18 innings. That's pretty cool. But no, it's been a fun World Series, and if Toronto can hold this one, we're gonna have a fun final 3 games.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Freddie Freeman is now the first player ever to have 2 walk-off home runs in a World Series game.
Yeah, I believe that's right. And the Dan Patrick show today was talking about his potential Hall of Fame. I mean, my instant thought was Freddie Freeman's a no-doubter.
I didn't think it was a potential. I think he's going to be an obvious Hall of Famer. Is there an argument against it?
Well, I was a little surprised. Dan Patrick was like, and then he came back from break and they were talking about his numbers, and that's when Patrick was like, oh yeah, no, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But like his initial reaction to being talked about as a Hall of Famer was like, yeah, I don't know. Oh. And so, yeah, I mean, the dude's going to get to 400 home runs. Now, I mean, numbers have changed over the years, but like just I don't know. To me, he was a no-doubter.
Right. So, okay. So I got to pull up. I was just going to mention that last night, one of the things, because Dan had mentioned that, the game would have ended earlier if Toronto knew how to run the bases. Yeah. It wasn't just the base run. Like, it was base running on both sides. Both sides, like Freddie got caught and was out by a mile. Teoscar had an out at third base, but then Toronto had a couple really egregious base running blunders as well. So it was both teams, but like it's a 6-5 game where the teams combined for 31 hits. And the Dodgers ended up with 18 men left on base. Toronto had 19 men left on base. So that's 31 hits. That's 37 left on base. I think the combined runners in scoring position was 4 for 26 for the game. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild. And it was just it was a battle of well, who wants it, but someone has to take it. Neither team wanted it, but someone had to take it eventually. And the bullpens were they were great. They were great. They got into jams, but they got out of jams, and they deserve a ton of credit. But
I mean, it was
wild.
They went a whole 10 innings without giving up runs, right? Neither team gave up a run in 10 innings, which is wild to think about. But it was an instant classic for sure.
So for those that are watching us instead of the World Series, because you're dedicated fans of the show, Toronto. So that call was overturned. So it was not a double play at first. Jimenez was safe, and Ty France just hit a little sacrifice grounder. Couldn't get the out at home, so Edmund just got the out at first. So 4-1 Toronto. Looks like Dave Roberts is making another pitching change now. Who's so George Springer got hurt last night. He's not in the lineup today, right?
He's not in the lineup, no, and they're gonna walk Vladdy, put first and second, 2 outs for their new pitcher here.
For and then who follows Vlad here? It's Bo Bichette. It'll be Bichette.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too with Toronto. So Toronto probably did not expect the game to go as long as it did, because I'm sure John Snyder is sitting there watching his team totally unable to score, thinking, man, you know what would be really great? If we had Bo Bichette, George Springer, and Alejandro Kirk in this lineup. Right. Springer couldn't really do anything about because he got hurt, but ended up pulling Bichette for a pinch runner in the 7th inning. Yeah. And I believe that pinch runner, Kiner Falefa, was one of the ones that got thrown out at third base by Tommy Edman on a great play.
And then ended up 0 for 4.
Right. And then Alejandro Kirk, who was responsible for a 3-run home run, who's been probably Toronto's best offensive player this series, gets taken out. Understandable. Like, in that situation, I get it, but it would have been really, really nice to have Kirk in that lineup, because he would have come up multiple times, and that had to have killed that you were relying on a bunch of guys that you haven't relied on at all season in the biggest game of your season.
For Taylor Heineman, who went 0 for 3. Oh, don't forget that Miles Straw was also in the game for Addison Barger and went 0 for 4. So he had 3 Ty France at least got a base hit in that extra innings for George Springer. But those other 2 guys have combined 0 for 7. So that's when the managerial moves backfire on you.
Yes. So we'll keep you posted there as far as how the rest of the World Series goes. Do you have are you staying right now with your, and I guess my prediction as well? We both said Dodgers in 5. Are you sticking to Dodgers in 5 right now? Based on where we're at right now in the 7th inning of Game 4, Toronto up 4-1. What are you going with?
I mean, we're not looking good. I haven't changed it yet, but after tonight, I might have to change it to Dodgers in 6.
Yeah. So game 5 would be tomorrow night.
Yeah.
It would be Blake Snell against Trey Savage in an exact rematch of Game 1. Obviously, the Blue Jays did really well against Snell. Trey Savage was, I think, a little shaky at first, but then came in. You know that kid started. I'm sure you've seen by now that kid started the season in Single A.
Yeah,
he was in High A.
Yeah.
He was a Peoria Chief level pitcher in April, and he started Game 1 of the World Series.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna get Game 5, which, I mean, not really even arguably, it is a bigger game than Game 1, right? Like you're throwing Game 1 and Game 5 of the World Series. Game 5 is literally the swing game. Yeah, that's pretty wild. But Toronto tacked on another one here, though. It's now 5-1.
Yes. Generational managing genius Dave Roberts brings in Blake Treinen, who was probably the only reliever yesterday who couldn't get any Blue Jay out. And on the second pitch, Bo Bichette lines one into the wall in left field to score. So it's 5-1 now. That's
I
No,
mean,
I'm
but
serious. I'm
at
serious.
this
Like, I
point,
know I make fun of Dave Roberts stuff, but like, I'm not kidding. Blake Trinan was, I think, the only reliever on the Dodgers yesterday who looked bad.
yeah, but here would be my argument for that. Like, you obviously can't give up, but like when you're down 3 runs, you probably do. Like, you probably let Trinan finish this game. Like if it ends up at 12-1, like so be it, right? Like your chances of coming back and winning got worse, but it got 3-1, 4-1, and now it's going to be 6-1 on another base hit. But that means, like, honestly though, like you're not giving up, but you can't give up other guys in your bullpen for tomorrow's game. So you might as well just let Trinan go rot, right? Like there you go, Trinan.
But I mean, yeah, if the Dodgers don't score here in the 7th, yes. But what happens if the Dodgers tack on 3 and it's a 6-4 game going into the 8th?
Well, it becomes a different conversation at that point. That yes, now you are back in it and you are playing to win. You know, you obviously were hoping Trinan could go in and get in out, but now at 6-1, like if you're Dave Roberts, and you got to be like, no, we're just not going to use anybody else.
Blake Trinan this postseason, this postseason, Blake Trinan's 24 batters that he's faced, 12 have reached base.
Yeah, that's not good. That's
not
good.
When hitters have a combined 500 on base percentage against you in a postseason, that's not good. So
good.
Yeah, you hate to see it there. So we'll keep you posted. This is the downside with doing a show on Tuesday nights during a week where there's everything happening, where we have NBA opening night, where we have a World Series, and but this will be the last weeknight like that we would be doing a World Series game, right? Because we would have
game 7's on Saturday.
So it would be Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, honestly, we got a thrilling NBA game in the top left corner. I'm at 105, 103 with 5 minutes to go in the Bucks Knicks game. So I mean, we're gonna. I would love another double overtime in that one. We can spend the rest of the show talking Knicks Bucks.
I would love that. I put together a lineup that I really liked today. I'll be very, very fortunate to cash. I feel like a lot of the guys that I expected to have big games didn't quite have the big games I needed, like Bam Adebayo going against Charlotte Hornets. That's a DFS rule that you and I have played for over half a decade. Any big man against the Charlotte Hornets, lock him in.
In Brooklyn.
And right. And he was fine. He was fine, but I needed a smash. It was not a smash.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You said it best. He was fine. I mean, Bam Adebayo, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 3-pointers made. Like, that's pretty good. But you needed
fine.
You needed like 40 and 20.
No, well, no. Realistically, he could have gotten me 29, 15, 6 with like 3 blocks. That's a smash. That's what I would have needed, and that's something that he's very capable of. That Norman Powell against Charlotte Hornets, but whatever, that's fine. We'll see if I cash. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma City guys have not been very good for you either.
No, well, I moved off Caruso, which was good, but Casey Wallace wasn't great. I had initially it was Aaron Wiggins in a lineup, and Aaron Wiggins I think has been really solid. Yeah. I have SGA in one, though. How's he looking?
Hartenstein was bad tonight.
Yeah, Hartenstein was really bad.
So SGA ended up with, and this is he had 31 game points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. So, I mean, that's a typical SGA night for you, honestly. Yeah. Hartenstein, not real good, only had 4 points. He did have 14 rebounds, but when you only have 4 points, that doesn't do real well in DFS. AJ Mitchell was pretty good off the bench with 18 points in the game.
We got it. So, okay, part of my ignorance here, and I know we're kind of bouncing around all over the place. AJ Mitchell, he's a rookie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's incredible. Every single game, he's coming off the bench, regardless of what role players are healthy and who's not. I mean, he is, but he's already become probably their top guy off the bench.
Yeah,
just like that. He's been great.
Yeah, the pride of UC Santa Barbara, 23-year-old, born in Belgium. So there he is, AJ
Yeah.
Jay Mitchell, a 6'4"
Yeah.
guard.
Like a week into the season, he's probably I would say the top rookie has been VJ Edgecombe from Philadelphia, who was top 5 pick, lottery pick. I'm pretty sure he was like expected to be taken around that area. It wasn't like it was a shock, but he's been absolutely killing it every single night. Probably the second best player in Philly this year behind Maxey. What's going on with Cooper Flagg?
Yeah, Cooper hasn't been real good so far.
2 points last night. What was it 1 for 9, 1 for 11 from the field? This is after he took
had a massive
3 quarters
he had
to score in his debut.
Yeah, he had a massive dunk. That's what he gets. But yeah, he has not been real good. He was 1 for 9 from the field. He played 31 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Yeah. So that's got to be concerning for Dallas. And Dallas just hasn't been very good, right? They've lost. No, they're 1-3. So they did pick up at least one win, but they haven't been very good. They beat the Raptors. They got the Pacers tomorrow, so things are not going to get a whole lot easier for them.
No, and I'm just I'm bouncing around looking at other NBA scores. Like the Miami Heat have suddenly become a team that has gone from like slow, don't want to watch them play to suddenly they run and gun, they score a bunch. They've had 2 games now this year where they've scored 140 plus points.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had another one where there was 120 plus points. Like that's very unheat like if you just look at how they typically have played. The Sixers are another team right now. By the way, the Philadelphia 76ers are now 4-0. 4-0 with Embiid only playing around 20 minutes a night because Maxey's scoring 40 a night because Edgecombe's been really good. Kelly Oubre's been really good. Are the Sixers are we overlooking the Sixers in the Eastern Conference a little bit? I know we're talking a lot about Cleveland and the Knicks and Orlando, but I think the Sixers kind of been forgotten about a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be one of the better guard duos in the East. That's for sure. I mean, if you've got Edgecombe going to continue to play like this, I mean, Maxey's a 40-point guy. Like, you're never surprised if he scores 40 points, right? Like, He's literally like, he could, and like. You're really not surprised if he gets into 50 either, right? Like it's like, oh yeah, that's what he does. Like he's literally a microwave.
Tyrese Maxey this season, 40 points against Boston. He had 28 and 9 assists against Charlotte. He had 43 and 8 against Orlando, and then tonight in overtime, 39 and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Like in DFS, if he's under 10K, he's almost automatic to play. Now he's not going to be under 10K much longer. I forget his college years, but he went to Kentucky, 24-year-old out of Kentucky. I mean, that's the problem with Kentucky guys is like he might have been a 6th man, and he's still Kentucky. Like they had so many dudes.
He was not supposed to be this. If he was, he wouldn't have lasted until 21st overall.
Yeah. Been really good, but not really surprised. I mean, Kentucky continues to churn out great NBA players. But the Sixers have been good.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if the guy scored 40 points, you'd think, okay, this is going to be a lottery pick. But yeah, the Sixers got him late first. And one other note on the Sixers, real quick. Jared McCain and Paul George are hurt.
Yeah.
So they're 4. So like, what is that team going to look like if Tyrese Maxey is going to be playing at like a scoring champion level? Joel Embiid, even at 20 minutes, like 23 minutes tonight, Joel Embiid was 25, 7, and 5. Just beast, total beast.
Yeah.
You have VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe, who's as a rookie probably front runner for Rookie of the Year. Weekend, but like he's been really, really good. And then you add Paul George to the mix. You had Jared McCain, who was excellent last year as a rookie. Kelly Oubre off the bench. That's a really strong team. That's a really good team. And I don't know how you do that. You probably have to bring Paul George off the bench.
Yeah, because that's my question is like I don't have a problem with Paul George, but like is he a winning player? Like, so if he comes back, are we sure they are going to continue? Because he's going to want the ball, right? Like he's going to want the ball. He's going to want to be able to score the ball. And right now you're not having trouble scoring. So I don't know. I get a little concerned when he does come back that Philadelphia is not as good. I mean, it's going to be tough because they're already 4-0, and right there is going to be they're going to fall off a little bit. But I don't know. I get a little concerned that he comes back. Back to Embiid though. 4-0 start is great for them because, like, it's okay now if he sits a little bit, at least in Philly's mind. Okay, right? Like, it was really
last
tough
night. It was a back-to-back, front end of the back-to-back. He just sat straight up, and they ended up beating a good Magic team by 12 points, put 136 points on him.
Yeah, I guess my point is, like, it's a bad look for Embiid to be sitting every other game when you're like 25-40, right? And you're like 9th or 10th or 11th in the playoff standings, and you're trying to get there. It's not as bad. Like, okay, we're playing pretty well. Like, okay, our part of and then this is cliche, but part of the process, right? Like maybe they can use that, and it makes a little more sense now that, like, okay, our process is Joel Embiid's only going to play 50 games. And then we hope that he is 100% and ready to rock once the playoffs here. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of basketball to be played. I mean, 4-0 starts great, but like Embiid's going to get hurt at some point. It just is.
Yeah. But seems like they can overcome it because it seemed to be doing well without expecting a lot from him. A couple of notes real quick in the NBA, and then we're going to bounce around to some other things here. The San Antonio Spurs, they are 4-0. They have the best point differential in the NBA. They're averaging 121 points a game. They're only allowing 104.5 points a game. That is by far and away the best defense in the NBA. Victor Wembanyama is averaging like 6 blocks a game. If he doesn't win the Defensive Player of the Year, I got no answer. Have they arrived? I'll just ask you, like, have they arrived? Are they here?
Yes, but let me kind of rain on your parade a little bit here.
No, please do.
They've beat Dallas. They've beat New Orleans. They've beat Brooklyn, and they've beat Toronto.
Yeah. But like, okay, so of those four, I think Dallas is probably the one that had some expectations this year. It was at Dallas, but yes, I understand your point.
And Cooper Flag was terrible on opening night, right? Like, he wasn't very good. And so yes, San Antonio is going to be a problem. Are they going to be a problem that they win the West? No, I don't think so. Wemby is a big time problem for the NBA. Like I was telling my son the other night, like, he is going to go on a massive run of MVP awards, whether it starts this year or not. It's going to happen, right? Like it is good. It's inevitable. Like Wemby is going to take over the league. He's going to be the best player in the league. He probably already is, but he's going to be the best player in the league. Now it'll be interesting for the Spurs when they go in a little bit tougher schedule. But like I'm looking at their schedule, and like I know everybody plays everybody in the NBA, but there's not like a huge run of competitive, really, really, really tough games for them coming up here. Not till like December when they've got Oklahoma City back to back, and there's a couple other spots. But no, I'm excited for the Spurs. Wemby's fun. He's one of our favorite players. You and I both instant. He's in the lineup. Boom, there he is. He's on our team.
How about this, Rodney? Thursday night, 3-1 Miami Heat, hottest offense in the NBA against the 4-0 San Antonio Spurs.
Best defense.
That's a fun. Yeah. That's going to be that. You know what? You know what that's going to be. That's going to be a good test to see how legit is the Heat offense. How legit are the Spurs? Period. Like, yeah. I'm very much looking forward to that one because that's going to be a good test for both teams.
That should be a good one. And while we're still on NBA here, let me just rant just a second on. I have a really good season long NBA fantasy team as of now, 1 weekend. But like just the other day. Luka Doncic, Ben Mathurin, Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, Joseph Nurkic, all out on the same day for me. Like, It was like day 6 of the NBA season. Like, come on, guys. Like, we are a big now. Adama from Memphis is questionable. So yeah, I don't know. Like, it's fun, but there's just so many injuries and so many guys sitting. But this one more name I wanted to mention is Keyshawn George has been really good for me. He's been really good for me.
Yeah, from Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. I got then I got Kelly Oubre on my team as well. But anyways, nobody cares about but I just thought it was funny. Like, literally, I had like 6 guys in my starting lineup that were all out. So that's just the way it goes in week 1, I guess.
Indiana Pacers 0-3. They've been outscored by almost 12 points a game. Will they be a play-in team this season?
I don't know. I mean, I would think they would get out of the play-in. I mean, like, you look at the top, like the Bulls, the 76ers, and the Hornets are near the top of the standings. Like, that's not going to last, right? Like,
it's 7th, yeah. But yeah, it's Philly. Philly's 1, then Bulls, then Miami, Cleveland, Knicks, Bucks. I would say Knicks, Cleveland, Philly will be top 6 in the NBA.
Yeah, they haven't updated since Hornets lost tonight. Yeah, so yeah, I mean the Pacers. But if you look at the rest of the bottom of the East, like, we know the Nets are bad. We know the Celtics are probably going to be bad. We know the Hawks aren't very good. We know Toronto is not very good. We know Washington's not very good. I think we got questions on Detroit now. So I would guess Indiana can get out of the bottom 4. I think they can get in the top 6. And so to answer your question, I think they'll be in the top 6. I actually think they can slide in 5 or 6.
And then last note, in the Western Conference, the Houston Rockets, they're 1-2, but they have a +8 point differential. Sengun, Durant, they're still figuring some things out. Houston, not worried about them yet, right?
Yeah, I don't think we need to be worried about Houston yet. No, I think we're okay there. They're still going to be fine. 1-2, they bounced back with 137 points last night. So I think the Rockets will be fine.
All right, let's jump to the NFL real quick. There's a reason that we have gone 35 minutes without mentioning the NFL, and it's because I was thinking about this on Sunday, kind of just stewing in anger about the Giants. Sadness. But then I was just thinking about, I've seen a lot of Giants losses. But even still, I'm like, okay, there's enough exciting NFL on to where I can just move on and just enjoy it. And then I was thinking about, okay, what was the witching hour like? What were the 3 p.m. games like? What were the primetime games like? Rodney, there was one game in all of week 8 that was decided by single digits.
Yeah. And it was two bad teams. Game
was Bengals Jets.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 bad teams.
That's it.
Yeah.
Every other game was 10+. And you look at the Thursday night game, that was almost a 4-touchdown win for the Chargers. You look at Dolphins-Falcons was a 24-point. Bills-Panthers was 31 points. Browns-Patriots was 20 points. Bucks-Saints was 20 points. Broncos won by 20. It was the entire weekend. Blowout. And I was like, man, if the NFL doesn't have close, competitive games like that witching hour, it loses a lot of luster real fast.
No, I agree with you. And you're going to have to bring that take on Sunday when you replace me for a week on Pure Fantasy Focus.
I will.
You are going to be the host on Sunday. Good luck with that, by the way. Good luck with that.
Thank you for reminding me, by the way, because I almost forgot about my show tone. I'm just sitting there on the couch. I'm all relaxed. I just finished watching hockey, and I'm like, oh, it's 8:46. I should probably think about doing a show tonight, but
but you'll be hosted on Sunday. But I'm with you. NFL did not capture my attention much, really, at all any of this week. I I did watch the beginnings of the noon games, the rush of the 7 games to see the kind of the touchdowns, more so for like, okay, do my DFS teams have any chance at all?
Yeah.
And then after you start seeing the guys that you don't have score touchdowns and kind of that roster spiral, you're like, okay, fine. I might get a few more touchdowns. I might minimum cash here, but like, and you're going to start feeling this, and you probably already do, but like min cashes are like, it's not really even that fun, right? You want to do it. You want to get your money back. I understand that, but like, you're not gonna be engaged on a min cash day. So, and like we said it on our show, like you couldn't bet those games. Like Vegas was literally telling us this was going to happen. 7.5 point spread, 7-point spread, right? Like Vegas told us this was going to happen. They literally told us this was going to happen, and it happened.
Well, how many of the blowouts were favorites? So just run it through real quick. So Chargers, Eagles, Ravens, Falcons, no. So that's one. That's one that didn't. Bills, yes.
No.
Texans, no. Patriots, yes. Bucks were a favorite. Colts were a favorite. Broncos were a favorite. Packers, I think Packers were a favorite.
2.5. Yep. Chiefs.
Yeah, and the Chiefs were a 2-touchdown favorite. They covered easily. So
yeah. I can't say it enough. Like Vegas literally told us this was going to happen. And it would have been a great week to bet all favorites, but we think, oh, it's the NFL, you never know, but it is the week it happened. Now, looking ahead at week 9, and I don't want to get too far into it because we'll do more of this on Friday. There are some pretty lopsided spreads again this week. Like the Rams are 13.5-point favorites over the Saints. The Chargers are 9.5 at Tennessee. The Packers are 12.5 against the Panthers. Even Thursday night, Ravens -8.5 at Miami. So I don't know if week 9 will be much better. We'll see.
Did you mention Detroit in there? I apologies if you do, because Detroit's an 8.5-point favorite against the Vikings.
Against the Vikings team do we even know who's going to be the starting quarterback?
No, is JJ? So okay, is JJ McCarthy like it? I got conflicting information. Just it sounds like. I thought I heard some people say that McCarthy had been healthy, but they weren't trying to rush him and they were trying to stick with Wentz as long as possible, which is kind of alarming.
He is preparing to start week 9, according to Kevin O'Connell. But
okay. You say so.
Yeah, I mean, but like we didn't see a lot out of JJ McCarthy outside of the fourth quarter against the Bears, right? Like
no, it's the only thing we've seen from JJ McCarthy. He's had one good quarter in his NFL career.
Yeah, and now he has to play Dan Campbell in Detroit. I'm not so sure about that one for Minnesota. I think Detroit probably runs away with that one pretty easily. Chiefs Bills is this weekend. It's 3:25. That should be a good one. You would think Chiefs Bills, two teams that people are kind of questioning, but when push comes to shove, still are probably the two best teams in the AFC, or at least the favorites. I know we've got other teams, the Colts included, that can be contenders, but like when push comes to shove, nobody's going to be surprised if it's Kansas City against Buffalo in the AFC title game, right?
I'm fully expecting it. Yeah.
I
think the sooner that we accept that, the happier we'll be. And on that note, you have officially done 8 weeks of power rankings, and I'm excited because I'm sure there'll be some changes based on last week.
Yeah, but most of the changes came at the bottom or in the middle, because the top pretty much stayed the same with the best teams winning. So at the very, very, very bottom, I'm going to keep the Jets there. Yes, they had a great comeback. I think still they are the worst team, but I think there's really probably 3 teams that could contend for this spot. Jets, Titans at 31. Gosh, they're bad. They're bad.
Yeah.
And then the Saints at 30. They're all 3 bad. They've all 3 won one game. Like, what do you do when all 3 have won one game? I mean, the Jets needed a miracle to beat the Bengals. The Titans, who did they beat? The Titans beat the Cardinals, who aren't very good.
In the worst collapse of any team in the NFL this year. And that includes the Giants against the Broncos.
But you could put the Bengals collapse up there too, right? Like the Jets win over.
It It was bad. No, it was bad. It was not Cardinals bad. No, it was
And
not
then the
Cardinals
Saints beat your New York Giants. So like, okay, Saints at least had a legit 26-14 win there, but like in the end, the Giants have shown that they're just okay sometimes and not very good other times. So, anyways, Raiders 29, Dolphins moved up to 28 because the Dolphins won and they won handily. So they're trying to find their way outside of the bottom five. I don't know if they'll get there. Top five is, I think this stayed the exact same. I'm actually very, very sure it did. Buffalo Bills, I'll keep at 5. Philadelphia Eagles, I will keep at 4. Green Bay Packers came away with the win. I'll keep them at 3. I'm going to keep the Colts at 2, and I'm going to keep the Lions at 1. I trust if Detroit played Indianapolis on a neutral field tomorrow, I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the Eagles played the Colts on a neutral field, you would take the Colts.
Not so sure about that, but I guess in the end, like, I guess I really look at like Detroit struggles had week 1 and then Kansas City beat them. Eagles struggles have been a little bit more consistent. Like, we've questioned the Eagles a little bit more than we've questioned the Lions. Like, the Lions were like, okay, week 1, not a good start. And then, okay, Kansas City beat them. Philadelphia was like, oh, like they've lost 2 in a row and haven't looked very good for like 4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So not so sure about that. I would probably take the Eagles, to be quite honest with you. But I just think right now the Colts, like, you can't put the Colts anywhere besides 1 or 2 in my mind. And they probably should be 1.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. They're dominant, and I think we need to officially begin a push to make Jonathan Taylor the league MVP.
Yeah,
I know that everyone's like, oh, but if Saquon didn't win it last year, then why would Jonathan Taylor? And I'm pretty sure I said the same thing. But also, I was thinking about this, like Saquon, the reason that he didn't win is because he was competing with Lamar Jackson, who was having an epic year, and Josh Allen, who was having an epic year. There's not as much competition. There's not as many like masterful quarterback performances this year to really like overshadow Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, it's more obvious that Jonathan Taylor is the offensive player of the year, and he's the best player on the team that right now is the best team in the NFL based on record and based on just their offense and the way that they're beating opponents. Like, that's what an MVP is. And you could say, oh, okay, well, Patrick Mahomes is having a really good year. You could throw out like Drake May, but like that's kind of my point. There isn't a quarterback who is having an equally phenomenal season or close to an equally phenomenal season. Like, Jonathan Taylor's a runaway best season in the NFL right now. And I think people should consider that a little bit and not just say, oh, well.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Taylor definitely should be. He's been fantastic, and no one's been able to stop him so far. So we'll see. But, right now it's still Patrick Mahomes as the favorite. And, and unfortunately with that name, if he just continues to play well, he is going to get it. I mean, his name's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt. He's been
really good. He's been really, really good this year. And yeah. And I know I just threw out Drake May and I didn't want to, I don't want to overlook, like, Drake May has also been fantastic. And when you look at the New England Patriots this year, there's probably a case for Drake May that someone can make that Drake May should get MVP consideration, which is just unexpected from the third quarterback taken last year in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Justin Herbert is knocking on the door. Justin Herbert's had a great year. He leads the NFL in passing yards. He's ahead of Mahomes. He's got 1 less passing touchdown than Mahomes. I don't know about rushing. They both rushed fairly decent amount, but I'm guessing Mahomes and Herbert are pretty similar in rushing touchdowns. Chargers have been just as good as the Chiefs. So, I think Herbert's got to be in consideration as well. And then, you mentioned Drake May. If the Cowboys were any good at all, Dak would be up there because he's put up really good numbers so far.
Yeah, but guess what? They're not. So too bad, Dak. Sorry about it.
See ya.
All right. real quick, Rodney, before we kind of get to our final things for the show, there are more and more coach openings. I guess the coach openings in college football. I've given you, I think, 6. I would say these 6 are probably the biggest name. I mean, we could also throw Oregon State in there. We could throw Virginia Tech in there. Like, there are several others, but as of right now, there are 6 programs that you can throw Stanford in there, but like there are 6 programs right now that had a head coach going into the year that now don't have a head coach, and they're all like power schools. They've all have lots of money to throw around. So I want you, Rodney, to, as the resident college football guy here, let's say you're the hottest coach on the market right now. And you're getting calls left and right, and all 6 of these teams are calling you. What is your priority list? Like, which one are you saying, yes, this is the job for me, and which one are you putting at the back of the list saying, yeah, I'm not interested?
I think I'm going to start backwards here and go with 6. And I think,
all right,
I think easily 6 for me would be Oklahoma State. I just don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of potential in Oklahoma State. Like, the Big 12, unfortunately, has kind of moved to a second, I don't know about second tier, but like you've got the SEC and you got the Big 10, and then you got like the Big 12. So I'm probably going Oklahoma State as number 6 on this list. Number 5 on the list is probably UCLA. Now, yes, you get to go out to Los Angeles, but you got a lot of work to do out there, right? Like, you got a lot of work to do in LA. You know, you're at the bottom of the Big 10. And now, you're going to have to fight your way up. There's a bunch of teams ahead of you. I think UCLA is number 5. Number 4 for me is probably Arkansas, another program that has a lot of work to do in a tough conference. So I'll go Arkansas number 4. Number 3, I'm going Penn State. I just think the resources at LSU and Florida are going to be a little bit higher when it comes to football, right? Like LSU, Florida come from football backgrounds. I'd probably go Florida 2 and LSU 1. Now, you go to Florida and you go like 8-4 2 years in a row, you're going to be fired. You're going to be fired. And probably the same at LSU. Like, I mean, Brian Kelly was probably going to go like 9-3 this year, 8-4.
Yeah. What was his final record? 37-14, something like that.
Yeah, and then he's going to get like $100 million over the next. Like, it's just silly, right? Like, that's what the expectation in college football is. Like, college football playoff or bust. And so you are firing all but like 12 coaches every single year.
Yeah. Now that there's so many playoff spots available, if you're paying a coach that type of money and you're that type of program, like an LSU, like a Penn State, like if you're not getting there, then yeah. Is it right? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's good for college football to have these massive coach buyouts and that, which inevitably leads to players changing commitments and all that. Like that's which I don't know how I feel about all that.
Yeah. So I'll recap. I'll go LSU 1, Florida 2, Penn State 3, Arkansas 4, UCLA 5, Oklahoma State 6 in that order.
Perfect. All right. Let's get to best bets real quick. We got about 10 minutes left on the show. Do you still have the World Series on in your quad box? What's the score? 6-1?
It's 6-1 Toronto, top of the 9th. Toronto's batting. They're going to wrap this up. The Bucks beat the Knicks as well.
Okay. All right. So best bets for betting recap. We did these on Friday, and Rodney led us off with an NBA one. He took the New York Knicks, who they might have lost tonight, but they won on Friday. And I think even you initially wrote 5.5 here. We changed it to 3.5, and they still would have covered. They still would have covered.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Good win for the Knicks. This one, it was a close one. Spurs at the Pelicans. The Pelicans were winning for a good amount of the game. Spurs were able to get it to overtime, and the Spurs won by exactly 4 points.
Yeah.
They don't ask how. They ask how many.
And
Yeah.
that's a win there. So Rodney and I both won our NBA picks, and Rodney decided to get back into the college football pool, and I'm sorry, man.
This is the game that got Brian Kelly fired. I
Yeah.
picked him, and then he got fired after this one. I had LSU minus 2.5, and it looked okay at halftime. And then Texas A&M blew them out in the second half, so did not win. Did not go nearly as well as your college game.
Yeah, well, one of my college games, yeah, but Indiana UCLA was. I kind of had a feeling that it would be totally non-competitive. 25.5 is just pure disrespect to the second-ranked team in the nation, and well, I don't even know what the final score was. It was probably about a 50-point game. I think it might have been a 50-point game. So pretty much doubled up what the spread was.
Yeah, I think it was like 56-7. Yeah, so here's kind of been a trend for me. Like when I lose bad. Like I'm not just not covering spreads. Like I'm losing favorites outright.
I'm sorry. Were the Atlanta Falcons the only favorite that didn't win? And it just so happened to be. Oh, and the Bengals. Okay, yeah, but the Bengals weren't a big favorite, right? Or
no,
were they?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Okay,
so the Falcons, though, yeah, the touchdown plus favorite at home against the Miami Dolphins. Now, be honest. Did you know that Michael Penix Jr. was hurt and not playing when you made this
Yeah,
pick?
I mean, yeah, there was talk about that happening.
Yeah.
I did not realize Kirk Cousins was going to be that horrific and that Bijan Robinson was going to get like zero yards and like never exist. Like, come on. We could go back to episode 104, and I think I even said something about, oh God, I don't know what the Falcons are going to do with Bijan. Like, if they just gave him the ball, they should win this game easily, but you never know. And you never know. Like, I think I'm done betting. I'm done betting the Atlanta Falcons. Done.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Bijan is, I'm not saying that he's going to beat Derrick Henry in that week 2 game against the Browns, where I said that Derrick Henry was the gutless choking dog of the NFL season, but it was close. It was close on Sunday. But it's, as of right now, it's still Derrick Henry's week 2 performance. My other college game, I decided to take Iowa State. They were a small favorite at home against BYU, ranked team. I didn't really have a reason, just vibes. The vibes were wrong. BYU won by a couple touchdowns, so sorry, Cyclones.
Yeah.
But
I did get this one right. Yeah, Ravens picked up a home win. I wasn't concerned about this game. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Lamar Jackson." I don't know. Like you kind of get a feel like when a team wins a bunch in a row that it's going to come crashing down. That's what happened with the Bears, right? Like the two things collided. Like Baltimore really needed the win, and Chicago really was about ready to lose, and that's what happened. And Baltimore controlled, really after the first couple drives, they controlled the game.
My first point total best bets. The 49ers and the Texans, they combined for, do you want to guess, Rodney? Do you want to guess?
Not very many. 41.
Well, it was 41 points on a total set at 41.5 points. Folks, the odds makers know what they're doing. When you think that a line is so obvious, you're the one that's wrong. And yeah, this game ended 26-15, a 41-point game, but the Texans got a win, and it's another win for me by the skin of my ass. And here we go.
Yeah, Sunday night, I watched none of it. I fooled our buddy Skeeter. I didn't have Captain Tucker Kraft. I didn't even play a lineup. When he scored, I knew that Skeeter didn't have him in the lineup, so I put that out there because I know that usually triggers him. So Captain Tucker Kraft, I wish I did. He had 2 touchdowns in the game, but I didn't watch a second of it. Packers beat the Steelers. I heard the Steelers, and I actually saw replay. The Steelers wore nasty jerseys. Those things are nasty.
Yes. The most disgusting jerseys of the NFL season so far. Awful. And it made Aaron Rodgers look 97 years old.
Yes. Bad. Bad.
Remember when you put the Pittsburgh Steelers as a top 5 team in your power rankings just 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I mean, but it was kind of forced to.
No one forced you to do that, pal. No one.
No.
All right. No, and no one forced me to take the Saints plus 4.5 against the Buccaneers. Spencer Rattler was atrocious. He is now benched. Tyler Shuck has taken over as the starting quarterback for the Saints. Bucks just did it was a rare, comfortable win for the Buccaneers. You love those close games, but easy money for the Bucks, and that's a loss. So both of us went 3-2 last weekend, which brings your record to 21-24, and brings me to 25-20. So
yeah, so
not
Skeeter's bold
terrible.
prediction on Sunday was that the Saints Bucks would total over 60.
Yeah, and then I feel like they would if they were still playing now, like for 48 straight hours, they wouldn't have 60 points between the two of them, because all the Tampa Bay guys would get hurt, and New Orleans would just continue to be terrible.
Yeah. So what was it? New Orleans scored 3. So Tampa
Yes.
was going to have to get 10 touchdowns to get there. But no, it did not work. So yes, I am 21-24. You are 25-20. Congrats on having a 4-game lead.
Thank you. All right, let's get to our Mount Rushmore of number 5s. I'm very, very tempted, Rodney. I'm very tempted to just say, with all due respect to other sports, we might have to make this an all baseball Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess so. I will go ahead, because I am the resident Cardinal fan, and say Albert Pujols belongs on this one.
Yeah, Albert Pujols is unquestionably the guy.
Yeah,
is he going to be a manager somewhere? Is he so not the Angels? Baltimore hired some guy I'd never heard of, and I believe he was interviewing for the Padres, or they're at least interested, but now it doesn't sound like he's going to get hired by anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it interesting, because the intrigue of St. Louis eventually coming open is interesting, with Yachty and Albert available, and what could happen there. So I don't know. I mean, it would be fun to have one of them back. I'm not sure either one of them would be a very good manager, right? Like, I have no idea.
You never know with players. Honestly, like, who's a good manager, who's not a good manager? It's such a crapshoot. Usually, though, the guy, like, the better the player, the worse you are as a manager.
Yeah.
But that's, Joe Torre won an MVP. He was a very good player. Better manager. But like, there has been no manager. If Albert Pujols becomes a manager, which eventually he will, there would be no manager in baseball history that would be like him, with 700 plus home runs and just the type of accolades in the career. He would be the greatest manager ever in terms of his playing career. And we haven't seen anything like that before.
So you can say this is all baseball, but our boy Paolo Banchero wears 5.
Anthony Edwards also wears number 5 too.
Anthony Edwards wears 5. So, I mean, there was some good NBA guys that wore 5 too. But go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like NBA guys, you get Juwan Howard, and I'm sure Jason Kidd was number 5. Jason Kidd's obviously a really good one. NHL, the best one I found was Nicholas Lidstrom, the longtime Detroit Red Wings defenseman, which, like, Nick Lidstrom is probably a deserving person for a Mount Rushmore. Now, is he going to be on our Mount Rushmore? I don't know. And since Dan's not around, I don't feel like we have to put a hockey guy there. NFL, real quick, the couple ones, Donovan McNabb and Joe Flacco are probably the top 2. Very good quarterbacks. But
Jaden Daniels,
yeah, that's right, Jaden Daniels. Do you remember Kerry Collins?
I do. And I think Hollywood Brown for the Chiefs wears 5.
All right. But the reason that I was suggesting let's just do baseball, I'm gonna give you the baseball players who wore number 5 for the bulk, if not all, of their careers. Okay. So you mentioned one right off the bat, Albert Pujols. He's in. George Brett, 19 years, Kansas City Royals. He was number 5. Jeff Bagwell, 15-year career, Houston Astros, Hall of Famer. Joe DiMaggio, Jolton Joe DiMaggio, number 5, retired by the Yankees. And then we get Brooks Robinson, 21 seasons. Baltimore Orioles, number 5. How about this? Oh, you know what? You're like, hey, we've really filled out this infield. Maybe we get a catcher. Well, good news. Johnny Bench for 17 seasons wore number 5. How about this, Rodney? How about a guy who's playing literally right now for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, future Hall of Famer, number 5. And then, we could still get to Hank Greenberg and Brian Downing and David Wright, Nomar Garciaparra, Corey Seager. This is a baseball number. It's a baseball number to me. With all due respect to the other sports, this is a baseball number.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Albert Pujols, and then let's just fill it out with some baseball dudes.
I mean, Joe DiMaggio's got to be on there.
I'm going to put Joe DiMaggio there. Yep. Joe's in.
What other one you want on baseball? I mean, they're all baseball, but Pujols, DiMaggio. What's next for you?
Do you want to? All right. So how about this? So I'm going to say George Brett or Brooks Robinson.
I mean, Brooks Robinson's probably a better choice, right?
Well, it's our Mount Rushmore. So what do you want to do?
I mean, I saw George Brett play, and I didn't see Brett. I mean, George Brett was my youth age, so
there we go. So George Brett.
I liked him, and he threw a bunch of bats on the field. George Brett, Joe DiMaggio, George Brett, Albert Pujols, and
Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench. Yeah. Sorry, Freddie. Sorry, Freddie Freeman. Maybe when you get into the Hall of Fame, you'll get in there.
You know what sealed it for Johnny Bench is that picture of him with his giant meat hook of a hand holding like 8 baseballs in it. Have you ever seen that photo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is pretty good. Joe DiMaggio, Albert Pujols, George Brett, and Johnny Bench.
Yeah. Also, and they weren't mentioned because they only wore it briefly, but Hank Aaron wore it for a year. I think his rookie year, 1954. Adrian Beltre, his one season as a Seattle Mariner, wore it for. No, he wasn't one season with Seattle, but his first season with Seattle, he wore number 5 as well. But Pujols, George Brett, Joe DiMaggio, Johnny Bench, with honorable mentions of Jeff Bagwell and Brooks Robinson and Freddie Freeman. Like that's a loaded group right there.
Pretty freaking good. Yeah. No, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. So all baseball tonight. That's it. That's all you get.
Yep. See you other sports. All right, real quick before we get on out of here, reminder that you can follow us if you're watching along on Twitter. Just give us a follow at Stupid Sports Show. No W at the end. You can listen to all 105 episodes wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. You can like, subscribe, give us a rating, give us a review. Let us know that we are the best, that we are the most gorgeous podcasters you've ever seen, that we make your ears hum with bliss. And a reminder that despite Rodney's losing record on our best bets, he publishes best bets every single day on the Substack, and he is up big time for the year. How was the weekend for you on the Substack? Because you're putting a lot of games out there.
Yeah, things still been good. Up to closer to 60 units now ahead, and October is positive. It's like 6 or 7 units ahead. I haven't graded tonight's activity yet. I'll do that here in a bit, and then in the morning. But it's been good. So go to Substack and get signed up. And before I get off here, I just wanted to say, Jamaica, we're thinking about you, man. That's brutal out there in Jamaica. So I know we don't have a whole lot of Jamaican listeners probably tonight, but all of our Jamaican listeners.
Probably tonight, yeah. Normally we would, but probably tonight they're thinking about other things. So
hang in there, Jamaica.
That's a good shout. Yeah, that's a good shout there. All right, well, we'll get on out of here. I believe the World Series just went final 6-2. The Toronto Blue Jays not only have evened up the series, but they have ensured that the Commissioner's Trophy will be presented in Toronto.
In Toronto, yep. Will not happen in LA. So I saw at about the 8th inning, LA was emptying out. The Dodger Stadium was becoming empty. And they're all waiting on the freeway now.
Yeah. You've been to Dodger Stadium, right?
Yeah. One way out. That's really all there is. There's one exit out.
Yeah. One way in, one way out. It is a horrific situation to get in and out of that stadium. Like,
Yeah, no, I just think
worse
of,
than
like,
worse than anything you can imagine.
I can't imagine like fire marshals are allowed. Like, how does that? Like, I don't understand like how that can be how that can be happening. Like,
I don't know.
I
There's a fire station that is like on the hill nearby. Like it is in sort of that region. So close by in case there's anything. But yeah, it's the way that it's built is just not it is not equipped to be the MLB stadium with the largest capacity in the league. Which it is
55,000.
It is. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. So don't recommend it. All right. Well, for Rodney Newpool, this is Tim ZO2 Van Stratton. We'll be back Friday morning, 8 a.m. to do more best bets, to preview the NFL, to preview World Series Game 6, which we don't know who's going to be up, who's going to have a chance to clinch it, but we're going to talk about it and get to some other fun things. So thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for chiming in. For Rodney, I'm Tim. And this has been another edition of the stupidest sports show on earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpool and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.